Well, hello there. So this is going to be a first kind of video for me, but we're going to do a few things on the bike this evening. But first of all, we're going to have a cup of tea. Look at that manky cup. So just to run you through a few of the things we're going to do. First of all, we've had a few little plastic breaks from our last accident 2 races ago. I think Houghton Conquest that was. So we'll just maybe drill some holes in there. Maybe drill a stop hole if it allows us. Probably not. But we'll just cable tie that back together. Same with the number plate bracket. And we will get some new plastics in due course. Okay, another task we've got to do is I lost my side stand at the last race in Abbosley Golf Course. I was stopped by a friend of mine who was shouting at me, chasing after me, trying to tell me, your stand's falling off. But yeah, eventually we found out and stopped by the time I lost it, so we'll replace this today. Okay, and another task that we've got to do is we really recently found out that this is not good. There's no play in the throttle. And from every crash I've had so far, I've whiskey throttled. So this should help a little bit, and also not a whole lot of throttle throw in that. I don't know how I feel about that. So maybe address that too, give it a bit more throw. And also for the handlebars, we're going to move them forward into the next position because I am a tall, lanky fella, so it's probably a good idea. And then I recently went to do a bit of practice at Ashby Motocross, and I found out that my rear suspension was starting to bottom out. So we'll play around with some adjustments. I don't know what I'm doing with suspension, but we'll try to figure it out. Maybe get the manual out, put it all back in neutral, and see how it goes. Last but not least, we desperately need some new grips, especially on the left-hand side. This side is just murdered. So yeah, we'll treat the bars to that. Badly needs it. But firstly, I still haven't finished my tea yet. Cheers. Another thing I've got to do, but I probably won't do it today because I cannot be fucked. But we've got a lot of slack in that chain. I think KTM recommends about 57 mil. So yeah, we'll get to that when we can. And just to start off, that's the remains of the old side stand. So we'll get this whipped off, get the new one on, see how she looks. Okay, so first of all, do not mind the state of my air filter, it is going to get changed. So I had to remove the plastics here so I can get the spring on for the new stand. The spring just retains right here. With the plastic on it, just couldn't get the, just started using this puller tool to get it up. But yeah, I think that is kind of all okay now. Okay. So it doesn't retain. At least it stays up now. That was an even bigger ball ache because I went back to look at the pictures and it came out 2 springs. I was like, what's the second spring for? And it was like a spring inside a spring. Right, we've got the old grips off. Here we go, fit for the bin. New grips here. Ta-da! New grips on. And I think I'll be the first to admit I don't fucking like them. First of all, too orange. And this grip here is just, might feel okay with the glove on, but feels like shit. Okay, so we've just made some access to get to these headstock bits so I can move them forward. Yeah, simple process. Okay, we just got them forward. Just need to nip up these bolts, get all this back on, but fuck it, it's time for a cup of tea. We have our tea, let's continue. But I just wanted to point out, this is why it's a good idea not entirely cleaning your bike. So right here, I've still got my alignment marks before the clamps are to go. Fantastic. Okay, bars, I move forward. I just adjusted this throttle just to play, have a bit more in it, so that's better. So now we're just going to move on to the suspension now. Okay, so there we have it. We've adjusted the suspension. Feels a little bit better. I think the rear shock might need servicing, but still feels a bit soft. But we'll see how she goes. We'll hopefully be out with T back on Sunday. It depends on my work situation. I might have to fly to Sweden Monday, and I might not have time to come back, get everything unpacked, etc. But we'll try and make it. Anyway, it's been fun.